I'm tired of all this goody two-shoe shit. Time to do some real pirate shit. Put the fucking money in the bag.
Oi! Congratulations! You're our 10,556th customer.
Wow, Zegro, you didn't even need to rob the bank. Good job.
Guys, if I land this bottle flip right now, we're not doing this podcast and we're all going home.
That's it.
That was really close. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Brandon, and I'm not qualified to do the intro, so we're going to start at the right over here.
Yep, I'm Gavin. That was me.
Techno break.
Hell yeah.
What a perfect time.
Whose phone is that? Oh, that one? That's a rip.
Can I have my phone back?
Oh. I have his phone.
Thank you.
Me.
Alright, we're going to start at the left this time. What's your name, fellow? Alright, guys, that's been the podcast.
It's been a good podcast, boys.
I'll see you guys on the next
We
one.
gave it our damnedest.
We tried our fucking best. I don't know what to fucking tell you
There's
anymore.
only 4 of us. If they can't, you know...
And if you account for the
Galaxy!
you account for the sleep deprivation for 2 of us, there's only 3 people.
Yeah.
What?
If you take my
It's fake.
33 and 3/3 chance of winning, and my partner's 33 and 3/3 chance of winning, combined with your 33 and 3/3 chance of losing, that means I got a 727% chance to win this title match.
Well, get fucked, I guess.
The odds aren't looking good in your favor.
Well, here we are, boys.
Okay. I threw my
Share
podcast.
noises.
Well, that's like a...
That's not
Yeah,
fucking.
That's
No.
another member of the
If we
fucking
ever
podcast.
upgrade enough to where there's no more chair noises, we're gonna have to start editing the main.
Holy fuck, dude.
Let's get the chair noises out of the way real quick. Just
Oh,
Mine doesn't make chair noises. Jesus fucking Christ.
All right.
That part of the podcast where for fucking 20 seconds we just make chair noises.
Okay, so
I'm not done.
Rogue Galaxy is a game
yeah.
We played it.
that you guys definitely played. So, as is tradition, we're gonna start with the NotStalgia gamer, Robbie.
Yeah.
Expectations versus reality.
I expected literally nothing. When Gavin told me about it, I saw the cover art and I was like, okay. And then I think one day while me and him were talking about it, and I was like, so what does this game have? And he's like, yeah, it's got a lot of stuff. You manage like a factory and like bugs and stuff. And I was like, okay. And the reality...
You do manage a factory and bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the reality of what I got was a game where at the beginning I tried my best to do like Devil May Cry combos, but I ended up just AoEing the whole board until I died.
That is how the combat goes. Once you get fucking like Desert Wind and like all your fucking crazy
Sorry.
like team attack.
Sorry, I did that. I know you, the viewers at home, can't see it, but I like threw an imaginary tennis ball because I remembered I was going to say something. This podcast, compared to our other podcast, this is fucking obvious information. There's potentially 80 or so people that are going to get a notification that this has been put out into the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even know 3 people, and there's 3 people.
What the fuck do you mean?
So I just wanted to point that out. That's crazy. You know, I haven't said it in any of the other videos I've recorded,
Yeah,
but fucking thank you so much for all the subscribers. That shit is crazy.
for real. That I don't want to take the credit, but you know, a certain TikTok did blow up extra also.
That shit was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to give it the credit to you. We'll give it to Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Robert was
Honestly.
not so stupid, there would have been no way that would have been as popular.
Holy fuck, dude.
Anyways, I just wanted to say that.
Okay, going back to expectations versus reality.
This is my
Yes.
fucking podcast. I could cough as long as I want to.
Nobody was even looking
we
at
didn't
you.
even fucking say
I was looking at myself. Relax, dude. I like
There's
gay
not even a
men.
mirror in here.
Alright, so Rogue Galaxy, yeah. So like I said, I went in with like nothing. I was like, you know what, this game's like a JRPG, I think. And I came out with a game that, you know, was pretty fun. It's got some flaws, but it was pretty fun.
It's definitely got flaws.
Yeah, definitely got some big flaws.
I watched every single episode of this Let's Play,
Uh-huh.
and I can say with confidence, I have no fucking idea how to play this game.
Alright.
If you handed me the controls right now, I couldn't do a goddamn thing.
Nah, it's very
Baby could do
easy.
it,
Yeah, you get into
Well-
a fight, and as soon as the fight starts, you smash triangle, and then you just do whatever your strongest AoE move is, and if they're not dead, you move over to your next character and do it again.
But there's like, and then there's like so much menuing, you guys. Like, their menus are so cluttered with like random garbage. Like random fucking, like you have like a billion weapons on you at any given time. And you have to like manage them and fucking combine them, and
They upgrade relatively linearly, though. Like, if you
Yeah.
have one weapon and another weapon that's slightly stronger than it, or even the same weapon, you will more than likely get a better weapon out of it.
yeah.
Up until a certain point.
Yeah, there was a point where we no longer actually swapped weapons, like, at all.
Yeah, yeah. Once we got the fucking Dorgan Edge, it was over, and Supreme Justice as our fucking sidearm. Which, to be fair, once we got the Dorgan Edge, we never even fucking used our gun ever again anyway. So it didn't
There was a
matter.
time, though, when the gun was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I remember you said that in the early episodes too. You were like, "The gun's good now."
It's gonna drop off.
Yeah.
Plus, we never, like, found any guns. There was a point where, like, we had a gun for, like, 35% of the game
Yeah.
without actually finding another gun.
I think the major issue with all that, though, is, like, because, you know, we're doing a Let's Play, we're trying to get through the content as quickly as possible, is that we only basically progress the story for a major part of the Let's Play, and then at the end we did all the side shit, and at the end we did get a lot of shit, like a random fucking guns and swords and shit. So it kind of unbalanced it a little bit, but for the sake of, like, pacing, that was the best way to do it, I think.
How many episodes was it in total?
83?
It's a lot of fucking episodes. I really thought that it was gonna be our first series to be like
To bring
100 episodes. Yeah.
We probably could have stretched it to that.
Yeah,
we did literally
we could have
everything.
done the ghost ship one more time to get the second bug.
Oh my.
And
What
then
the fuck?
We
There's
could
another
have,
bug?
Well, yeah, you could get the same bug twice.
Oh, okay.
And then we could have made each part of the
like we
insector its own, each, like, you know.
Oh, yeah, the
Rank.
D rank and the... Yeah.
But we decided that the way to end it off really was just that,
Just to
beat that
Get
kid.
the fuck out of the kid.
Yeah.
And then go on to explain how we had the craziest adventures afterwards.
So the only reason you did all the extra content and the tower was just to beat the fuck out of
the kid,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It was an untied end that had to be, you know, it was a loose end that had to be tied.
That makes sense.
So, other than that, you guys 100% of the game, other than doing the ghost ship a second time and doing all the
Okay.
Insectron stuff?
So, the ghost ship a second time, C through S rank of Insectron,
Right.
the factory, and then the 9 special items that are hidden throughout the world. But those literally affect nothing.
Okay.
And then we could have, like, done...
You know skins?
No. Because you need to do all the, like, special shit
Oh,
to do it. And then getting number 1 bounty rank, but in order to do that, we'd have to go around and just literally farm monsters for, like, hours and hours and
You guys want to see that, don't you?
No.
hours.
Nobody does.
Get into a battle and just smash triangle for, like, fucking 10 years.
Fucking. How did you. I know this is going to be a dumb question at first because the logical answer is going to be he just fucking played the video game and he found it. But how did you come about, like, Rogue Galaxy? Was it just at a fucking GameStop bin? Or, like...
No, so actually, when I was in elementary school, my friend Gene was like, hey, again, I got these fucking video games, man. And I was like, oh yeah, I like video games. What kind of video games you got? And he's like, look, let me borrow Kingdom Hearts 2. I'll let you borrow these 2 games. And he gave me fucking Rogue Galaxy and Dragon Quest VIII. Funny enough, both made by the same people, and they're both pretty decent, especially fucking back then. Wouldn't have anything crazy. But yeah, he really talked it up though. He's like, yeah, fucking no load time. Like, he really sold me on the
no load time.
I was like, oh shit, this is a fucking advanced shit, man.
Funny enough though, there were quite a few
There were
load
a lot of load times.
Was it on one disc?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is like pretty impressive.
Yeah.
PS2?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you enjoy Dragon Quest or Rogue Galaxy more?
I definitely enjoy Dragon Quest more.
That is probably the correct answer.
Especially because they re-released Dragon Quest with like a bunch of additional content not too long ago, and that shit is fucking amazing. At some point, we gotta play that too. I don't know if anyone's played fucking Dragon Quest.
I've never played a single Dragon Quest.
Holy fuck, it's so good.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a pretty fucking dumb person. So like the first time I ever saw Dragon Quest, I was probably like 13-ish, around there, and I was like, is this Dragon Ball?
I mean,
to be fair,
it's the
artist from.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, because like one of the main characters looks exactly like Trunks, and
the bandana.
Yeah, and it's got dragon in the name, so
it was over. Wait till you see it too, because you guys can go Super Saiyan if you fucking power them up enough. Swear to God.
Akira Toriyama, he just likes certain things, just put it into whatever he makes.
He's a simple man.
He draws a Goku. You think Akira Toriyama has ever drawn Goku's wiener?
Yeah. 100%.
Let's get him on the show.
Please, everyone, welcome to Akira Toriyama.
Man, we should talk about that. I think.
Which one?
We invited like 1 billion people. Did we get anybody?
I think Brandon was close to getting one, weren't you?
Yeah, I was close to getting a few. This'll,
No spoilers if the schedule doesn't match up, and we can maybe get them on later.
Well, I doubt that any of those famous people are actually going to listen to this whole podcast.
Well, no, I meant for the fans.
Oh, okay. I have one thing in mind that I won't mention, but anything else, it's really actually helpful because every time, like, I would watch an episode or see something and they would be like, oh, this very specific person, I'd be like, okay, who are they? And they would have a website that they built for themselves because they're so arrogant and narcissistic and fucking stuck-up fucking famous people. And so you could just go onto their fucking website and they're like, hey, contact me about fucking anything so I can deny you. And it's literally like that. Like, I would message them, even if I offered them, like, the amounts of money that they would state on their website or something, I'd be like, hey, can you do, like, I'll give you $500 for, like, a 10-second clip. And they'd be like, do you think I want to talk to you, you fucking ignorant piece of shit? And I'd be like, okay! I messaged quite a lot of people, and I got, out of all the people I messaged, the very first person I messaged was like, I'm going to come on the show fucking tomorrow. And I was like, alright, chill. And then eventually that got sorted out, and it became a no because he's way too eager, and that had me. Hello, everybody. That had me very concerned. And then the other people I messaged were like, maybe. And then the other people messaged were like, fuck no. And then the last person I didn't need to message, this is going to sound weird and spoilerish, but you guys won't get it. I didn't need to message, and I didn't need to get their contact information because they don't have the fucking right nor the consent. I can just fucking call them anytime. And I'm going to get them on the show at some point. Especially after today's breakthrough, but, you guys don't need to know about that yet, but you guys are going to have a really fucking fun time in the future once I get this sorted out, because I have some prison information. But anyways.
Robbie got so excited. The second he heard prison.
I'm very excited for what that means.
Oh boy, we're going back to Rosencaster fucking prison.
Party members.
Alright, ranked from best...
You mean you can just give me a Just give me an overall vibe.
Now,
All
give me
right.
best to worst first, and then worst to best last.
But you gotta
What?
speed run it. You have 10 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Samalama you see what I mean? What I gotta do to get
All right. So, best party members. I had Lilica in my team for like a majority of the game. I think she's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So that's that. She's at the top.
Uh-huh.
Then we get to everyone else. Anyone with an attack buff that is not Jupastuki in the next. Then everyone else. And then a tier with nobody. And then a tier with just Jupastuki in it.
That's pretty accurate, honestly. Flip-flop goes in flip-flop tier.
Yeah. In his own special blue tier glip up.
S A B C D E F.
Blue,
Darkness.
nothing.
Blue.
As much shit that as we give him, though, like
He
I
did
do
prove to
fucking
have.
actually like him a
Yeah,
lot.
he was pretty funny. He's
And
got a
doesn't
good
he-
voice actor.
Doesn't he have the special move with Lilica? The fucking
Yes, so he does have one that will just eliminate the whole board.
They are a really strong team because they both have fucking attack buffs,
Mhm.
and they have like one of the strongest AoEs in the fucking game.
Other characters.
Other
What's some other
characters that I've
standout
enjoyed.
characters?
Alright, so Raoul, the international drug dealer.
That's a good character.
That's a good one. I think who else? Mio
Neo.
was a large bit of annoyance for the first quarter of the game.
Uh-huh.
The Toonami pilot.
the
The guy, he has like the same voice actor.
Oh,
Go.
okay, yes. He got really fat for some reason.
He got very fat.
he was really tough, and then I don't know what happened. He just fucking bathes in wine now, so he probably smells
he really
god awful.
fucking does though.
Who else? A lot of the people we met, we killed.
Yeah, what do you think about Gale?
Oh yeah, well he's dead, and I'm not.
That's good.
That is something. Gale's fight, as a character, he was fine. As a boss fight, though, Digo is not a character that you should ever have to play by
Solo,
himself.
yeah.
Because Digo attacks very slowly,
Mhm.
and none of his moves actually are very good. And Gale attacks very quickly.
Gale's from Devil May Cry.
Yeah, Gale attacks very fast, and he does a lot of damage. So, the thing about fighting Gale is that you had to fight him for 45 minutes because you would swing at him once and have to block. Because at any moment he could decide, I'm tired of you hitting me, I'm going to shoot you and kill you in one hit.
Pull out this fucking 37 hit combo that fucking insta kills you. Yeah, that was pretty rough. Would you say that was the lowest point in the Let's Play?
No, actually. I still enjoyed the fight with Gale more than trying to navigate through Rosencaster Prison.
It's funny that you hate that part so much because I fucking love that part, not for necessarily the gameplay aspect, but because you were getting so fucking angry at everything in there.
It's just because everything was so tough, and I didn't have any moves. I had to just regular attack a lot of things. This was before I had the tools to play the game. So it's like throwing a toddler into
an actual prison.
Yes, and expecting them to come out alive. You know, if they had an infinite number of timelines, there might be one where they got a shank and were able to luckily stab their way out of prison. But in 99.99% of those timelines, that toddler will be dead.
I think the best part about it too is that every single fucking treasure chest in Rosencaster Prison is also a fucking limit.
Yeah, you're just oh, look, a treasure chest, and then it just fucking pops out, and you're oh shit, it's gonna kill me.
It fucking kills you. Didn't it feel good though once you got the tools to fucking two-shot mimics?
Oh
instead?
yeah, after that, after Rosencaster Prison, I finally got the actual abilities that make the game playable, and from that point on, the game was pretty good. You know, I mostly just kind of walked two boss fights, doing AoE attacks in between, just waiting for what ridiculous storyline they're going to come up with or wrap up next.
It's a lot of parallels that I'm drawing here between Rogue Galaxy and Kingdom Hearts about how they give you the tools that you want to play with later on in the game and all the menuing. Interesting.
The thing about Rogue Galaxy, though, is that the game does pause while you're menuing, so you don't have to worry about that.
That's really crazy.
But Kingdom Hearts also has a much more fluid combat system.
Yeah.
It's like it's fluid in Rogue Galaxy. You just add in sun.
Well, yeah, you do that.
There
but
you
if
go.
you didn't
And
have
they
that,
become liquid. They become the fluid.
they immediately melt away.
It's very fluid, but if they're melted.
But without that, the combat is a little stiff. Blocking, it'd be a lot better if you could cancel any move into a block. That'd make it better. It'd be a lot better if your moves did not take like a million years typically to come out.
We talked a lot about like what aspects we would want to see change if they ever like redid it.
Right.
I think if they fucking removed the time stop of all of your menuing, it would make the game like way fucking different.
Do you think that wouldn't be a big enough change though to make it unbalanced? Because like the menus are kind of big. There's like a lot of stuff. So if you need to like look around for stuff to find things, and you have all these enemies running you down while you're menuing.
I feel like in most circumstances it probably wouldn't. It would be nice if they also added like a quick bar or something. Like if while you're not in the menus, if you use like the directional pad to like do some special thing like that, it would probably work out like really fun.
Make it customizable. Man,
That'd be fucking sick.
yeah, it would have been crazy too, because why games today still don't have custom? Like, what the fuck? It's 2022. If your game doesn't come with like fully functional like button remapping,
What do you
fuck
do?
out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
It's hard to make a video game. You
It
got
is
to
hard
think
to make
about
a video
things
game.
like what kind of loot boxes am I going to implement? How many skin cosmetics should one character
Well, see, Overwatch, they don't want loot boxes anymore. That's why they're going with the battle pass now.
get? Yeah, see,
Yeah.
no.
They made too much money off loot boxes. And so now they have to pretend like they care about their player base.
Now they have to make it so you got to play the game like a job to get those skins.
That part.
You gotta play the game like a job to get the loot boxes, which are not loot boxes anymore because you technically need to play the game in order to get them. And then you open those up. You get the fucking recolored skins.
Man, they either overwork you or make you steal breast milk from women. There's just no in between with them. It's crazy.
Is
Oh.
overworking not the same as forcing you to go out and fiend for breast milk?
They're one and the same.
Good fucking god.
Did you guys hear about the fucking Valorant ban?
No, that
So, I guess, Riot banned these two people from Valorant. We talked about it in the Wind Waker episode too, but it hasn't come out yet. So, something happened, some tournament happened, and one teammate teabagged another teammate, and somebody, was like, oh, blah, 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 you shouldn't do that, because, that is equal to sexual assault.
Was it Valorant? I thought that was like Apex.
So, that's what I thought too. So I think what happened was the game was Apex, but there was a Valorant streamer, or two Valorant streamers, that made tweets and stuff about it, saying that that's ridiculous to compare teabagging in a video game to sexual assault, because it is. And then Riot banned both of them
What the fuck?
from all competitive events, and I think they banned their account. And the worst part is they doxed them at the same time.
how
In
did
their
they-
official statement, they put out their full names in their official statement, and they only went by their online handles.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
What the fuck is up with the world nowadays?
yeah, it's pretty bad. It's crazy.
Let that be a lesson. Don't fucking teabag people like this.
I will.
Fucking doxed.
You know what? I think we should double down. And I think we should not only continue to teabag,
I agree.
but we should go out and teabag those who've teabagged in video games in real life.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Let the world know that we're not going to fuck.
And then I guess, like, a few days later, I mean, he probably has nothing to... Like, he probably has no idea. But I guess there was, like, a UFC fight, and one of the UFC fighters teabagged his opponent after he got, like, a good kick. And they both started laughing. Because that's the only appropriate response to being teabagged.
It's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just be boring, serious man all the time. You gotta have a little bit of fun with your job.
Jesus. So what would you consider the best part?
The best part of
highlight.
Rogue Galaxy. I really liked Fish World.
That is pretty good. Alistia?
I just kind of like, I thought it was entirely ridiculous that it was entirely self-contained. It had, like, we could have just not done it. Nothing would have been different.
Is it required?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's probably... It's filler. It's a filler arc.
It is, but it's just like... Because on that island there's, like, an evil, like, Nazi scientist.
Nazi robot scientist.
Yeah, and he's just, like... He's just there. You could... Jaster and his friends, they could have just let him continue to be an evil Nazi scientist. Nothing would have changed.
We're still in some, like, jewel that's, like, the heirloom of the throne of the Mermals or something.
Something like that. There's fish guys.
There's some guys that look like Tyler One.
Tyler One, if you're out there, please come on the show.
Oh my god, I would love for T1 to come on, bro. Man, T1 has the most ridiculous character arc I've ever seen.
Well,
this
like,
man,
you know, he was really toxic, and then he got banned, and so now he...
And now everybody loves him because he's amazing. He's great. He makes some of the best content. It's fucking... Oh god, I love T1.
It's pretty great.
Tyler One, I would even appreciate you just recording, like, a, one of your, like, potentially real or not real seizures and just sending it to us.
I don't know how I'm going to ask that one.
Hey, T1, can you seize for us?
Hey, guys. I represent NotStalgia Game YT. If you could record a 10-second clip of you, like, seizing up.
And then, could you please,
You
like...
could probably, fucking put a $10 dono in the fucking... In his chat, in his stream, and he'll probably do it. And we'll just take the clip.
Like,
It's not bad.
you could also DM us, because I have no idea if they're real or not. I'm going to think they're funny either way, but I just want to
definitely
know.
not real.
Well, they could be. That's the thing.
They could be. But I'm pretty sure they're part of the character.
DM us and let us know. I won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
I just want to know.
Hey!
Fucking Christ, dude.
So we normally talk about music for the games that we play. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I could, like, hum a single song from Rogue Galaxy.
That's okay. Yeah, that's true.
Also, the opening song, I know we didn't play too much, but it's like a really operatic fucking opening.
Yeah, there's like a soprano singing or some shit.
It's really good.
There were a lot of good songs, but I think the problem, like, they are very good. I think I liked pretty much all the songs I heard, but there's not very many of them. Because, like, each dungeon essentially has the one song that plays in it, and there are not really a whole lot of dungeons. It's just that the dungeons are quite long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And plus, like, I wonder what the budget for this game was.
Not as high as they probably wanted it to be.
Yeah, I agree.
It is interesting, though, because they had just, a couple years prior, released Dragon Quest VIII, and that was, like, a big fucking hit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad to see, like, I could tell, like, a lot of things were, like, half-assed transported into this game. Like,
Really? Like straight up mechanics and stuff?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
just about it. Like even the ending, you could tell.
Oh well.
I won't talk about the ending yet because I think we should have a section dedicated to that. But you could tell from like a lot of things that like it wasn't quite finished.
Mhm.
There were like things that you could tell that should have been bigger, but were not.
Yeah, like the ability to like combine two things to create like a better version of it. That's from Dragon Quest VIII.
Uh-huh. With the frog?
There is a frog character, but he doesn't necessarily do that.
Okay.
He kind of looks over that area though. The dungeons being very linear is kind of ported over. There's another Pokemon mechanic taken from fucking Dragon Quest VIII moved over. Yeah, just a lot of stuff. Even like a dungeon at the very end that has 100 floors. This is also in there.
Well, they stole that from Paper Mario.
Fair.
So, everything's stolen from Paper Mario.
Especially
Mario's the
Paper
perfect
Mario.
Fuck, I was gonna ask something, and then I forgot.
But then I remembered. But then I forgot.
It was gonna be right to Robbie.
What?
Oh boy, I was gonna ask you something or say something to you.
Well,
Cut it.
R.I.P. You didn't have it instead.
Yeah, it's
So you want to talk about? Oh,
I remember. Did you play Dragon Quest VIII? Have you
yes,
played Dragon Quest VIII?
I
Okay.
played Dragon Quest.
Interesting.
I played a lot of JRPGs, like most of them, unless they're very obscure, and even then I might have played it.
Goddamn.
And then just transfer that over to fighting games, but instead incorporate every fighting game that's come out in the past like couple of centuries.
That's true. Back in the 1700s, you know, we'd gather around and we'd play a, Stickman Fighter.
Isn't that actually a game though?
Yeah, Stickman Fighter.
Me and all the boys in the 18th century would just break into fucking wrestling fights and start fighting people.
Start
I'd
boxing.
grab my controller and I'd pick one of the guys wrestling and I'd control him,
Shove the controller right up his ass.
And I'd discombobulate him.
Where does this thing plug in? Ah!
There we go.
Alright, well, anybody got anything else to talk about, or you want to move into the ending?
What else we got? What else can there be said about Rogue Galaxy? I think that it was very strange that a lot of plot points were brought up and then either dismissed entirely.
They're setting up for the sequel.
Well, yeah. Where it shows the crazy shit that could have happened.
Yeah, that happened at the very end.
But I think, because, the first half of the game, you just are kind of, looking for the pieces for that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, well, we have all these characters. What are their stories? So then, in the second half of the game, they go over something weird about nearly every single character. And then, they wrap it up in the second half, almost as soon as you've learned about them. Like, Jaster, yeah, he's the Star King, whatever. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. Kisala, she disappears. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That plot point was ditched, the second it happened.
Yeah, she disappears. Well, it happens very early on, and then they just don't talk about it for a while. And then at the end, they're like, oh yeah, it's got something to do with her not being from this timeline or something. And then they're just fucking like, oh yeah, Dr. Picacchio's son. Whatever, it's easy to move on past the death of a child. Just kill him again. It doesn't matter.
I feel like that is honestly, one of the most, fleshed out parts of, the story, though, because you get to see Mark, every time you go to a save point in, certain areas.
And then it shows, him slowly,
drifting into the void.
And then Dr. Picacchio's like, I'll just make a physical son.
Holy.
That's true though. The Star King, Star Lord, whatever the fuck it was. Was it ever brought up again? You go to the fucking fake Sweden in the middle of Iraq, and then you fucking talk to your mom, and mom's like, sheesh, and then beats your ass, but then you actually beat her ass, and you're like, damn, you're hella powerful. What else comes from that besides like?
Well,
it's like a big Rubik's Cube, right?
Yeah, you solve what Seed thought was a Rubik's Cube, when it turns out it's actually like a fucking Empire State Building. And then you use your Star King powers to kill like the like source of all evil in the galaxy, and then once more you use it to kill the source of all evil in the galaxy, the like 11th or 12th time.
Go to fake Sweden in Iraq, kill your mom, solve the Rubik's Cube, build the Empire State Building, no evil 13 times.
Because the Empire State Building like shoots a laser into space and opens a portal through time.
Oh, and that's where you go to meet your girlfriend's mom.
Yeah,
but first you do have to go in and talk to a bipolar robot.
You do have to do that. That's very important.
Pretty well again.
Oh, we fucking forgot to talk about Burton. How can we forget about Burton?
We can't forget the most powerful homicidal killer in the galaxy. Who also has a hobby in artifact collecting.
I fucking love Burton so much, dude.
He just turns up. I don't even know how he gets there, but he's died several times, and I feel like one time he died and it didn't explain how he came back, but he did.
He did, yeah. He went to the Libra King on Jerica, and he fucking died to like a trap. And then they're like, Burton, are you dead? And he's like, yeah, but fuck it.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. This is better. I can move faster now.
Yeah, and then he just kind of shows up again in another area. And he's like, I can't believe you guys would leave me behind like that, cocksuckers! And then he hates you for a little bit.
It's like in that episode of Billy and Mandy where, like, Billy ate the fucking book of all evil,
Oh, yeah.
and so they throw him into hell, but then they fucking throw him back, and he's like, they didn't want me. Holy shit, dude.
Well, I suppose now we can move to the ending.
The best part of the game?
I would give the ending a "and they lived happily ever after" out of 10.
Oh, man.
I cannot believe that you do all that, you solve it, and then Zagrum comes out and he's like, hey, we got one more mission to do. And then it's just like, and they did.
And they completed it without a hitch.
Yeah.
I was fucking waiting for that moment for so long, dude. I was like, this is going to be so good.
It's very strange. I wonder when they're going to release the DLC that shows what they did.
Just like... Imagine you got all the crystal stars and you were like, it's time to go into the Palace of Shadow. And Mario went into the Palace of Shadow and he beat the Shadow Queen.
It's not
Game
even
over.
It's not even like that. It's like you go into the Shadow Palace and beat her, and then like it just cuts after that, and it's like, and then she returned, and then 1,000 years of darkness. But then Mario came back and had a war against her and beat her again. Yeah.
There were millions of people. The combat mechanics were improved. Graphics were good.
The game was sick, but you'll never be able to play.
Only Miyamoto can have this one.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I have no
They could have saved it for the next game, even though there wasn't one. It also, another thing about the end. So at the end, at the end of the game, Kisala's like, "Oh no, this isn't. My place is with my friends or whatever. I don't want to be the queen." And then like 5 seconds later, they cut to a cutscene where Kisala's like, "No, I have to be the queen." So she goes back, and then the advisor looks at you, and his eyes glow red, and he's like, "You peasants aren't allowed in here. We're going to oversee the princess now." And then they just walk away, and everyone's just like, "Okay." And then that's when they're like, we got to get our treasure back.
It's something else. It truly is something else.
It truly was a rogue galaxy.
Like, they could have ended the game like 8 times before the actual end of the game, and it probably would have been more satisfying.
They probably should have ended it after you left Mariglen, and everybody was happy with, like, just being still in the crew.
Yeah. I mean, because even in the credits, you get, like, little, like, pictures of like everyone going back. Like you see Simon go back to his family and whatever fucking fall that's gonna be because he's a fucking deadbeat. But you know.
Also, Simon's family. It is crazy that those like destitute like 1920s peasants were his wife and child. You see them on every planet getting trampled by something, and Simon is like,
And not only in every planet, but in the most dangerous areas of every planet, like temples that have been sealed off for thousands of years. They just show up. They're like, yeah,
a desert where if you die, your soul is trapped there forever.
No fucking wonder if Simon left him. Like, fucking that wife is a fucking terrible mother to the kid. Like,
they're in the middle of a fucking like 1920s type like gang war, like walking between like machine gun fire, and then like a fucking guy comes over and like stabs her with a knife and pushes her down.
You were in our way. Holy fuck, dude!
It's a good game.
Was pretty good. It could have been really good.
What number score are you gonna give it?
Man, that is a tough one. I'll give it the amount of damage Desert Wind does over the amount of damage that True Sun God does. So it's not the best game. It's pretty good, but it could have used some improvement.
I remember the first few episodes, like watching you play it, like being amazed. So I was like, holy shit, this game looks like really good. You can go into the water, there's so much freedom. And then like so many episodes in, I was just like, holy shit. It's the same thing.
You only swim. I can't think of another time when you swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
Exactly.
They added swimming for like a bridge that is destroyed at the beginning of the game, and that's it.
There's some like ankle deep water in a couple places, but never swimming ever again. Like,
it's crazy to me. Like, they put the swimming mechanic in just to impress you, to get you to continue to play it.
it's just like the monography shot. You just use it for like 2 puzzles.
Oh
That's
yeah.
really
Also,
funny.
you know, I could have done with less of the barrier break shot and more of the other two.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think out of the 3 unique guns that you need to like solve puzzles or fight monsters, the barrier break is definitely the least interesting of them.
It's weird. They give you a bunch of tools, and it's like, hey, we got all these fucking wacky guns to like solve all this shit. And they're like, but you're just gonna, you know, in combat, you're gonna occasionally shoot one guy.
I remember being like really surprised by how well the monography shot actually works.
Like how
Like it makes the platform.
Yeah, it for a game with like not very good aim, it makes good platforms. I feel like.
Yeah, and the thing about the platforms too is that like it kind of like suctions you to the platforms when you jump like near them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to fuck up the platform.
And you could jump up from below into like they don't have like a hitbox below,
Oh, yeah.
So you know you can
Like-
kind of.
They're like a Smash Brothers platform.
Yeah, they are. Except you can't go down through
Yeah.
them. You can only go. But like that could have been a much cooler mechanic. And because of the way the game was, some of the interesting mechanics did become kind of annoying at the end. Like, I would have appreciated in the ghost ship if the enemies would have just died in one hit, and I could have just like killed them and continued walking.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was still good. We had a lot of good time to talk in the ghost ship.
Yeah.
I think those were like our best episodes.
Yeah,
of the
those
fucking
episodes were
series.
really fucking fun.
Like, visually uninteresting.
Yeah.
But we had a lot to say in those episodes.
But you know, I mean, we're not just a gameplay channel. We have personalities.
Nah, I'm a robot. What the fuck are you talking about?
You guys heard my personality in the last 5 minutes?
I've heard it.
You've just been staring at something with like your mouth open this whole time.
Dude, I'm just...
This is looking at the sound waves. On
Yeah, the
fucking
sound
computer.
waves are fucking... It's like Windows Media Player back in the old school days. I've also been thinking, like, do you think the Fortnite default dance music is copyrighted?
Yes.
Yeah?
Like, almost assured, like 100% sure.
Damn.
But would it get a copyright claim if you sang it
Yeah.
poorly?
Yeah.
Well, that would count as a cover, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think it would still get copyright claim. Well, that's a good question.
Is Fortnite really that like copyright heavy on people?
I feel like everything nowadays is really copyright heavy because I watched a video where someone was filming like a capybara, and he didn't even he sang like 2 words of the NowStalgia song where he's like, okay, I'll pull it up, and then he just stopped because he didn't want to go any further, and that's all it fucking took. His whole video got claimed.
Shit, bro.
That shit was crazy.
That's fucking insane.
You're not even allowed to think of a song.
Fuck,
while
you just
you're-
gotta edit that out, honestly.
God damn.
Our only videos so far to get copyright claims are Kingdom Hearts ones.
Is it?
Because the music each time. Yeah.
Not
But
true.
it's... Huh?
Not true.
Oh.
There was a Rogue Galaxy one that did get copyright claimed.
Oh. For what? For music?
We forgot to record an ending to an episode,
Uh-huh.
and so I did a meme where I had Robbie just scream. He went, and then it did that fucking, I don't...
It was the Suicide Boy
the
song.
Suicide Boy.
Robbie was like, oh, and then it transitioned to, oh, one last pick and I'll be gone.
That got
But cut that out too. It's this whole fucking, this podcast is a mess.
It's done. It's over.
Ever
We're
since
never
I
making-
opened my mouth, it's just gone to shit.
Well... What are you going to do?
The meme was worth it.
Yeah, for real.
I think in this day and age, you just got to have like a Patreon or something. You can't rely
Yeah.
on ad revenue anymore.
Yeah.
That sounds like a perfect segue to introduce our Patreon, but we don't
Yeah,
have
the
one.
one that we don't have.
Yeah.
Like, comment, and subscribe if we should make a Patreon.
I mean, we probably will make a Patreon.
That sounds
but-
yeah.
I don't want to make it just yet. Even if there are people out there who would be willing to donate to us now, just because, like, I don't know how we would structure, like, any sort of rewards, and I don't know. And I don't want people to feel like,
They
Like
got
they
it.
had
yeah, because, like, I don't know.
We're just talking play video games.
Yeah,
Sometimes we do a dumb skit or two.
yeah.
God damn.
Sometimes we open up a Japanese snack box.
How about
Holy
that dumb fucking
fuck,
skit at the
dude.
beginning of this episode, huh?
Yeah, you guys like that?
I can't wait for it to get, like, separately uploaded just by itself so I can watch it and just add to it.
God, that was a fucking crazy episode too. The snack box of.
Oh yeah, that was just like some of those snacks were pretty good actually. I did enjoy a couple. You drank that poison though. Did you ever figure out if that was actually edible? Or
Yeah,
if
it was like Sakura jelly or something, but goddamn,
it just did not. It was not for
it
you.
was not great. It literally tasted like poison.
If I could go back, I would try it as well. But at the time, I was like, that's probably like rubbing alcohol or something.
It tasted like fucking rubbing alcohol. Maybe we were supposed to like cut all of it out of the bag. Maybe it was the bag.
It could have been.
I don't know. It was not great. Would not recommend.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that video where that guy? I think it was like for COVID or something, but he drank a whole bottle of rubbing alcohol.
Did he
I-
fucking
yeah.
die?
Yeah, like he drank it, and then he was like, ugh! And then his friend was like, I gotta turn this shit off. And he goes and he turns it off.
Yeah, I seen that.
Holy fucking moly, dude. Well,
So, what do we got next?
What's next? Well, what kind of games are coming out in the future? What games are we doing?
Well,
we got BioShock in the works. Me and my boy here, Brandini, and Robbie's in there as well.
Look forward to a couple more Blood episodes. We got still three more acts not episodes of YouTube, but episodes of Blood to get through.
And I don't know if you've seen the latest Blood episode, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting pretty good. I go fast.
You do go fast.
I do
He
better.
still doesn't know about classic horror films. But you guys probably don't know about that one yet.
I don't, oh yeah, it's probably not even up. I watched like 7 movies, guys.
Only 7.
Like 7.
what's your favorite movie?
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I know you were going to say that because you told me that the other day, and I just want to talk about Everything Everywhere All at Once.
What you got to say about Everything
so
Everywhere?
goddamn good.
Yeah.
Every fucking thing about that movie. Everything about that movie is fucking phenomenal.
I've only seen like a part of it.
We have to watch it and watch together.
Alright.
Or, well, together or whatever. On the watch together.
I don't probably
I
want
know what you mean.
But anyway. If you guys haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, go buy it right now. With real money, don't pirate it. Come on, guys.
Come on, but
Come on, guys.
if you guys did want to,
No.
We guys give you enough free premium content right here. Come on.
I like how we're talking about pirating shit on a video game about pirates that don't pirate at all.
You know who does pirate?
Where does this go?
And that's a wrap.